What's going on, guys? Seth here with Seth Francis Sim Racing, and we are back in Gran Turismo Sport. Once again, looking to jump into a Gr.4 class race here at Brands Hatch. Decided to use the Volkswagen Scirocco again in this race. I used that last time, and I was pretty impressed with how it performed, so I figured why not go ahead and use it again. I was quite actually surprised that this front-wheel drive car did so well in the Gr.4 class against the all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive cars, but as long as you can kind of manage the understeer, it actually does very well. I'm gonna go ahead and just a little bit of the settings here. Don't want quite that much initial torque. Right down to there. Just gonna leave it there. That's where I had it in the last race. I had brought it up a bit in practice, but I don't think I need to. So let's go ahead and jump into a warm-up here. Welcome whoever just joined. Usually try and do all the Gr.4 and all the Gr.3 races, but just didn't have time tonight. By the time I got home and made dinner, ate dinner, did the dishes, I just had time to jump into this race. I will do the Gr.3 class though after this, so at least I'll get all of that class in. I don't think I have a qualifying time down today for this track unless it uses the one from last time. We got about half a minute or so before we start gridding up. Sorry about that, it's kind of looking off the screen for a moment. Alright, it's about to cut us out. There we go. Kind of playing a bit of Russian roulette with my laptop here to see just how far over I can get. I'm trying. My mic boom comes right across where my comments and everything are, like where my laptop screen is positioned off to my left here. So I'm just trying to squeeze it over as close to me as possible so that it clears the mic boom and I just get a clear view. That way I can kind of glance over as I'm driving to see if there's any comments. And this is the worst part with this car, is gaining grip at the start. That's definitely the weakest point of this car, is when you're at the start just trying to get grip. You could, you know, have really tight differential settings, but then of course you would lose a lot of your cornering ability, and I'd rather sacrifice a bit at the start to be able to corner better throughout the race, especially since you need every little bit of cornering ability you can get in a front. Oh, somebody just slammed me off the track. Who was that? Was that West Side Mike, or was that number 14 there? What's his name? Super Bricklayer. One of them decided to edge me off the track back there. That's alright though. That's alright. I forget how much you really got to turn the wheel in this car, especially when you're on the gas, in order to pull through a corner on corner exit. You really got to kind of crank the wheel over more and give it gas, and that'll kind of help pull the front end in the direction you want it to go. Man, these GTRs are going off track left and right. And I think in the next race, I'm definitely going to give the Audi GT3 a try, because I did really well in that last time. In fact, last night I got I started, I forget what position I started in. I think it was somewhere in the middle of the pack. at Willow Springs, I believe it was. Although I could be wrong, it could have been Brands Hatch. Geez, I can't remember. But anyways, I had a first place finish in that Audi GT3 car, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that again. Still have the menu background music off in this video. As I said, that's gonna be how it is from now on, just because I don't want to deal with any BS due to you know, copyright on a stupid menu song. So those will be off. That's okay though. I think in a video with commentary it's really not that big of a deal anyways, to not have the menu background music playing. Oh man, that GTR went way off in the sand. I hate when that happens. When you get shot way deep into the sand, it's so frustrating because it takes so long to get out. Because you just spin your tires and you just lose so much time. Oh, buddy. Almost rear-ended him, but I was able to stop in time. Alright, Mike. You got Eastside Seth up on your tail here, so... would definitely like to get around this number 10 GTR here. Lost a little bit of space there, though. Lost a little bit of time, I should say. Alright. Oh, he's bumping me again. Bumping me once again. That must have been that guy bumping me before. He's trying to sneak on the inside, and he did it successfully. You fool. That didn't work out so great for me. Got a slowdown penalty. That's what I get for letting my aggression get the best of me. I'm not even going to pay attention to that slowdown penalty. I'm going to hope I just kind of graze it off through some of the corners. If I don't, I'm just going to see what happens if I finish with the penalty. See what it's going to do. What, take some time off of my lap time? Or off of my race time, I should say. Does not look like I'll be catching up with him. I should have tucked it tighter in that first corner. He wouldn't have been able to push me out of the way like that. Oh well, I'll bleed off this last .271 here. Most likely. There we go. Oh well, 11th place finish. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and rename this stream because I'm just gonna leave it running right on into the Gr.3 class. I just gotta see where the Gr.3 class is actually because I don't remember. I hope it's Nordschleife. I'd really like a Nordschleife race tonight, but I have a feeling it might be Willow Springs. That's right, I'll be getting a daily workout car at some point tonight after one of the Gr.3 races. So, let's see what we got coming here. What race is going to be next? Willow Springs. Oh well, I can live with Willow Springs. And the car I want to use, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I did. I used this Audi. I'm not sure why it's all the way down at the bottom here, but I'm pretty sure that's the car that I did well in last race at Willow Springs. So just usually it would bring it up in order of when you've used the car, but for some reason it didn't this time. That's alright. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and change the name of the stream just to show that we're in the Gr.3 races. Alright, that'll do. Sorry for my squeaky seat there. The seat I have a rig that I built myself. The seat I use is an old leather BMW seat out of an old E30, I believe. And it is, you know, an old seat, kind of beat up, squeaks a little bit, but it's just so comfortable and I really like it. And it was free, so you can't beat free. Plus it's got a little bit of character, you know. Jeez, even my traction control is up on this. None of my settings are in. This is strange. Nothing is saved for this car. Let's give this a run. So I guess I won't be having the same settings I did yesterday. Yeah, this is definitely the car I was using. Oh, right over that. That wasn't good. Get back on the track here. let's go adjust a couple things here. Alright, so don't quite remember what I was running last time, but probably left that as it was. Dropped this to 15, dropped that to 25, brought that to 45. These are adjustments I usually make on rear wheel drive cars. Probably could drop that dampening compression just a bit. And leave that as is. Let's give that a try for a quick minute. There we go. Feels a little bit better in the differential. Not sliding out quite as much. Still will kick out though. Alright, looks like it's about to match us up, so I'm going to go ahead and pause. There we go. We'll have about a minute or so of warm-up, minute to two, minute and a half or something like that. So I'll go ahead and take advantage of that. Get a little more acquainted with the car. Try and get my mic positioned a little better here. Didn't realize it was facing away from me. Still no word back, huh, Eduardo? Yeah, that's the same thing that that a couple of my other friends said who have been trying to sign up. Not hearing anything. In fact, I haven't heard of anybody who wasn't picked originally that has been picked for like the second segment that they, you know, put out for, because, you know, a week or two ago or whatever it was, they put out a new sign up saying they were looking for people for the next phase. I don't know if the next phase has started yet, but I haven't heard of anyone who was picked particularly for the next phase. So that may still be to come, but yeah, I have no idea how they make up their minds or determine who they're going to pick, who they're not going to pick. Unfortunately, I don't know. Well, aside from the Aside from the beta thing and still not hearing back, I hope everything else is going alright. Had a good day at least. Oh, I just went off in the dirt. Just caught my... Oh, if I had hung that all the way up that corner, I don't even know. That would have been like the longest power slide into drift ever. Went off the back of the corner though, it didn't hold. That would have been quite funny. You signed up for it twice? Yeah, I mean, I know people who signed up who were just doing it a bunch of times, like here and there, each day, just signing up a few times. I don't know how many in total, but like I said, I have no clue how they pick people, so I don't know, you know, what gives a better chance. I have a hunch that they just randomly kind of pick names that have signed up, but I can't say that for sure. Sorry about that noise, just having a sip of my ginger ale there before this race starts. Alright, wish me luck. Ooh, this car tracks good off the line, especially for a rear-wheel drive car. Alright. I think that's one thing that gives this car a good advantage, is it just picks up so quick off the line that it jumps a lot of the other cars. And I'm surprised because it does it without even having all-wheel drive. This is a two-wheel drive Audi. Or rear wheel. Oh, I'm getting bumped from behind. Oh, that guy bumped that guy off the track. How... that was mean. When you're in first and second place like that and somebody just knocks you right off the track, it's like, you gotta be kidding me, I was in second place. I would be mad if I was that guy. And this guy's just making a runaway. That's alright though. I'm gonna keep him in my sights. I'm coming for you, Junebug. As I failed to take this corner appropriately. Another benefit of this car is the speed it can get to on this straight here. I can use up almost every little bit of the 270 mile per hour top speed I have it set at. So this car, I have to say, man, this Audi has got some serious power. It just grips and goes. Don't slide out, Seth. Now is not the time to lose control. Caught that one. That Subaru, though, those things grip real well, too. They can just dig through the corners. And that's a two-wheel drive Subaru, rear-wheel drive. Almost lost it around that corner. Ooh, and I've got the Renault coming up. That's a quick car too. Hello, Renaulto. I wanted to get over as I did not want that guy on the inside of me coming through that corner because I knew he would knock into me. They always do. And he just did it anyways. I did cut over kind of quick in front of him, but at the same time, he shouldn't be trying to dive bomb me like that on the inside of a corner we were just coming up on. There's no way, if I had kept my line and went inside like I normally would on that corner, that we wouldn't have made contact. Alright, you get out of my way, slow Mustang. I have no time for you. And I have no time for you to be bumping me either. I would really like to catch back up with that Renault now. But if not, there's always next race. What's his name? George Me 412. Go George yourself, brah. Oh, almost lost it there, but regained it. That could have been ugly. That is for sure. Those Mustangs are actually pretty good too, better than I thought a Mustang would handle in this game, but the Gr.3 Mustang does pretty well. It's not as squirrely as you would think it would be being a Mustang. And I got a Nissan right on my tail. GTR. Another quick car. Oh, I'm going off the side. Thought I wasn't going to make it. The GTR went off. He was probably watching me, gauging his speed by mine. I learned a long time ago, do not watch the car in front of you, because if he overshoots a corner and you're using his braking points and whatnot to determine when you should brake, that means you will go off the course too. So I've learned to now look ahead of the car in front of me, look at the track. I learned that a long time ago. I still every once in a while make the mistake, but not often. Dig, 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 Audi, dig. Whew. I see some comments coming in. I'll check those after the race. We're on the last lap here, and I got a GTR right on my tail. Kind of bumped me there a little bit. That's okay. I'm going to try and come back for him before the end of the lap. Not so sure I'll make it, but at least worth a try. He's gonna be so mad. Oh, he got the lead though. I was kind of nudging him a little bit there. Whew, that was a fun one. Hey, how's it going? How'd yesterday go? With the rest of the races, you mean? I'm not sure if you were here till the end yesterday. Alright, 4th place. Not too bad. Yes, I remember now. It went pretty good. The last race I did, I think it was Willow Springs in the Audi, and I came in 1st place, so that was good. I don't remember how I did in the races before that, but I know the last one I came in 1st, so I was happy about that. I'm gonna stand up here after I get into the next race, crack a window open because it's getting hot in here. Ooh, what's the car? A Mustang? It's not exciting. Gr.4 though, it's another Gr.4 car to try out. That's cool. I'm gonna go in the Audi once again, and I'm gonna go crack a window open because it's hot in here. Alright, sorry about that. Just want to let some nice cool air in. The weather's been so off and on here in where I live anyways, up in the Northeast. One day it's cold, one day it's hot. Hot during the day, cold at night. Somebody just messaged me. I couldn't read what it said in time though. So let's check out the settings here, see if there's anything else I want to adjust a little bit. Let's try this instead, go a little stiffer. And go even more on the negative camber, see what that does. We'll leave this like so. Let's bring that like that just a little and bring this up to 50. Actually, no, I don't want to bring that up to 50. Let's leave that at 45. And let's see how that does. Let's see how this setting does. I'll have to look back in my video and see what see if I made any adjustments yesterday, because yesterday I feel like I was getting quicker lap times in this same car. In fact, well, I had a 1:15.162, so let's see if I can match that within a couple of laps here. Thought I might go off the track there. Sure, my paddle shifters will in fact have seen the videos, so I know they come through as loud on the mic. I'm thinking about dampening them down with just some rubber over the metal on metal contact points just to quiet them up a bit for the videos. Just do it to like one of my universal hubs, one that I'll use for videos. Whoa, we are sliding a lot now, a lot more than I used to. Not sure what that's all about. 13, 14. Alright, so I did beat my time by a little bit. I think I can do better though. Oh, this is such a fun corner here. It's one of my favorite corners on the track. In my opinion, it's the toughest corner to hit fast. That little uphill right hand or left-hander there, because if you want to get through that corner really fast, you have to brake late so that you're going way too fast into the corner, or a bit too fast into the corner, and you have to use the whatchamacallit, uphill there. As that little sharp uphill section that's on the far inside of the corner, you have to use that to get your car up and around the corner, or get your car to scrub off enough speed. Alright, so where's my... Okay, so I'm going to beat that time by a good little margin now. And after I do that, I'm going to pause it, look over at the comments. Let's see. I'm not sure what the comments are asking. His won the last race at the last lap. I know I didn't win the last race. Yeah. Perhaps something's going over my head here. Guys will have to fill me in on what I'm missing out on, or what I'm not understanding about the little comment thread there. Worth the watch. Bit of a stupid question, really. I presume it's AHA. Huh. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was an alright race, I think. I mean, I'm happy that I won, but, that was a long video with all the other discussion that was going on. I'll drive out the next 55 seconds. But, yeah, I ended it right after I won that race, so it's at the very end. To be honest, I haven't rewatched the video yet, so I don't remember the context of the race. I just know that I won, and that I was happy about that. It was the first, race, online race, that I came in first place, you know, during like a live stream. Because usually while I'm talking and driving, no matter how hard I try, I can't concentrate quite as well as I could if I were just driving and, you know, not paying attention to anything else. So in my streams, I tend to make silly mistakes that I wouldn't make typically. But, again, I really don't mind, because I just kind of play this game for fun, and it's fun to make the videos and stream and answer questions in the comments and whatnot. Alright, so I'm going to have to move my brake balance back up to the front, because it's kicking the back end out there. Oh, didn't make it. I would have had a better lap time, too. Ah. I've been to the UK before. My grandmother is from the UK. She lives here now, but when I was growing up, she lived in the UK. So I went there to visit her a couple times, and I still have other family from her side in the UK. I went to, well, we stayed in Norwich. I think that's the correct way to pronounce it. But where she grew up was in this little, like, village called Geist, which is somewhere between like Norwich and Fakenham. I'm sure I'm pronouncing those wrong, but yeah, I loved England. I've been there twice. I went for 2 weeks each time, and I would love to go back. In fact, I would love to live there someday. There's so much there's so many people that are into motorsports and so many cool things on the weekend that it's so much easier to get into, even if you're just with like a cheap $500 car and just racing around a dirt track. There's so many ways to get into it out there and to meet other guys that are into it in England than the US, because we're all so spread out here. Well, yeah, here's the thing. As being a beta tester, my intentions are to give feedback. However, myself and a few other people I've seen online cannot get into the forum to give feedback. You just simply cannot sign in. And I'm still waiting for Sony to get back to me, because I contacted them about this issue, like, hey, I'm a beta tester, I want to provide my feedback, but I can't get into the forum, it won't let me sign in, and I haven't heard back from Sony, so I'm going to have to contact them again. I think I'm going to contact them by phone and talk to them. Oh, you live near Brands Hatch? That is awesome. Have you ever been there? And yeah, in the US, it's difficult. There's so much fees and insurance and licenses. Like, you know, for somebody who just wants to take some cheap whatever cars around and go find a dirt track that someone owns and races them around, it's hard to find in America. And I heard that a lot of people in the UK do that. Ah, that's so sweet. I love Porsche too. Porsche is one of my favorite cars. In fact, Porsche and Audi essentially are my favorite brands of car anyways. For some reason, I've just always had an affection for Audi and Porsche vehicles. I used to have an old Audi. Well, I had a few old Audis, actually. I loved them. Oh, you've raced in some UK tracks too? That's freaking awesome, man. I would love to be able to do that. One day I'll get out there. Alright, let's see if I can get up ahead here, make up a few spaces. I don't want to dive bomb on these guys, but I gotta stick inside. Oh, buddy. Come on. Dirt Rider, that's the guy I got a message about on my just a few minutes ago on the PS4, saying how dirty Dirt Rider was. I don't know what just happened there. They both kind of fell off to the outside, and somehow I got around, but he's right on my tail. Really like to put some space between us, but alright, he's off on the side there a little bit. Can't look over at the comments right now, but once the race is over I'll check them out. Oh, I forgot to adjust my... Oh no, it is at 0, okay. It is at 0. Super Bricklayer. He was... I forget what position he was in last race, if he was doing well or if he was towards the back. But I know he was in the last race, so there's a good couple of guys from the last race in this one as well. Oh, there's a Dirt Rider. Ooh, I bumped his back end and spun him out. He is not going to be happy about that. I don't know if I spun him all the way out or if... No, he's right there, so I didn't spin him out. I just kind of knocked him off kilter a little bit. A little fishtail action there. Never hurt anyone. Here we go. We got Super Bricklayer and the Benz up ahead. Ooh, man, this car slides on downshift now. I gotta adjust those diff settings again. I went too far with one of them because... Oh yeah, you're trying to knock me off the track, huh? He is trying so hard to knock me off the track. It's almost comical. He might succeed if he gets up on the inside. That's what I'm trying to avoid. Alright, now I'm behind you, dude. I'm getting you back. I don't even care if I have to be dirty right now. I am gonna be dirty. Oh, pfft. Got yourself back, bruh. Can't even handle your car. Alright. Now I know, just don't downshift until I'm on the gas, because if I downshift while I'm on decel, it just kicks the back end out, so if I'm turning anyways. Just gonna put the pressure on him for a little bit. At least try to if I can hang tight in this corner. Oh, buddy, man. I thought I was going off the track there for sure. Alright, I only got this lap and then one more lap after to go. So I'm gonna have to do something fast. Alright, dude. Coming up on your tail now. What happened? Oh, off in the dirt. Sucks for you, bruh. Sucks for you, Dirt Rider. Dirt Rider 400. Should have stayed in the dirt, bruh. Should have stayed. Well, apparently he did stay in the dirt, because he went right off into the dirt and spun out. So, I guess Dirt Rider is a fitting name. I could always take dirt and substitute it for another four-letter word starting with D. And his name would probably make a lot more sense. This guy's just in 16th place, just driving around like a ghost. If this guy messes me up... Nope, messed himself up. Alright, I got a McLaren on my tail, so I can't get too comfortable. Shouldn't have went over that curb there. Dirt Rider is nowhere to be seen. Boy, is he mad though, because I don't know if he was trying to, I know he was bumping into me, but I don't know if he was trying to spin me out when he went off track, but I know he was trying to do something. Alright, one more second here and I'll be able to look at the comments. Finish. 6th place this time. Yeah, those are all great circuits. I love Silverstone. Alton Park is so much fun. Donington is awesome. There's so many good tracks in such a small area. Let's see who won this. Oh, I got past the... Oh no, I'll be able to see who won in just a second here. It was Pokey 2301 in the Mercedes-Benz. So I'm debating if I should stick with this Audi or try another car. I like the Audi, but the sounds are a lot better than GT6. I wouldn't say that they're perfect. You know, there's definitely some things that could use improvement, particularly having kind of more clarity in the engine and exhaust notes, but it's a lot better than GT6 in that everything doesn't sound like a vacuum cleaner, and you also get the gearbox whine and things like that from certain cars. But the tire sounds are better too. It's not the tire sounds were really bad in GT6. They're not perfect in GT Sport, but they're much better. The way the tire squealing sound comes on and whatnot. And as far as physics go, it's definitely a Gran Turismo title. When you're playing this game, you can definitely feel that you're playing a Gran Turismo game. However, everything is more refined. The way weight transfer works is much better, which you can especially feel with road cars. And the tire model and grip level is a lot better in that you can kind of learn to predict how the car is going to behave better. There's less times when a strong spin out will all of a sudden sneak up on you like it would in Gran Turismo 6, where if you're in a corner and just the tiniest bit too much gas coming out of a corner and the car just spins all the way out. But in this car, yeah, this Audi does have good engine sound. But in GT Sport, you can kind of feel as the tires are going to break out more. If you go too hard, it's happened to me, you know, if you go too hard, it will spin out, of course, but I noticed that most of the times it kind of starts to break grip in the back, and I can feel it and correct it. So in other words, I due to the tire model and the grip levels and the way that grip works in the game, I can anticipate slides way better and act accordingly. So, so many choices. You know what? I'm gonna stick with this Audi. I like it. Why switch it up? All right. Wait for this to load up here. And I think I'm going to make some adjustments to the differential. I have a feeling that if I do this here, bring this down to say like, let's go at 10. And let's even go with this at 10 and see what happens. Yeah, the SLS GT3 sounds good. A lot of the cars sound very good. Far better than GT6, in my opinion. And it's pretty obvious. But you know, there are certain things that I think could be worked on. Like I would like some suspension and brake noise added. You know, I would like to hear brake squeaking, especially you know, like the first couple laps till the brakes get warmed in. I would like to hear chassis flex, you know, like the squeaking as you go over bumps and the chassis squeaking. But those are just nitpicky things. The engine sound and the exhaust sound is very good. There's a little bit of like a whoosh or a hum or a whine sound over a lot of the cars, and I'm not talking about the gearbox whine, just like a general kind of like, it's not like an intake sound, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's like this note basically that I can hear over a lot of the cars, and I would like that to be cleared up a bit. I think that would help to give each car a really unique, different sound. But overall, they did a great job. It's much better than GT6 or any past Gran Turismo title. See, now my record is all the way down at, or all the way up at 116, and I did a faster qualifying time than that last time. And it should still take that into account. I don't know why it's going with this one. That's a slow lap time. And the force feedback is awesome. I've said that a bunch of times in my videos. The force feedback is just so well done. No, I'm gonna go off. I knew it. Knew I was gonna go off there. Looks like I won't be putting down a better lap time. I'm gonna go make some adjustments again though, because I'm not liking the way this car is handling right now. Alright, so this, I'm just gonna let's think here. Let's bring that back up to 20. Leave the transmission as is. Leave the rear downforce as is. Let's do this, and let's bring that to 3.0. See what this does. This will be the last race of the night, so after this race I will be ending the stream. How did I go off there? Just not paying attention. I actually have a T500 RS. The force feedback that comes from a T500 RS is better than a G27 just because it's stronger. The only thing I don't like about my T500S is how much dampening the wheel has, just because of the type of motor that's used and because it's got that toothed belt system that adds a lot of internal resistance. But I have used the T500 on this game, and it does well, just like it does in other Gran Turismo titles. I think that something like a T300, while it might be weaker, will have more detail because it has the brushless motor. I mean, right now I'm using like a custom Direct Drive wheel that works through like some software and this modification through another PC so that I can use any steering wheel I want with like force feedback and whatnot. So I use a Direct Drive wheel, but which is good because it really lets you feel what the game is capable of putting out in terms of force feedback. Whoa, okay, so it's sliding way more now. Way more. I gotta, do I have time? No, I don't. I'm stuck with this setting. Oh, man. Oh, well. World T500 compared to Direct, there's no comparison. Direct Drive is worlds ahead of anything that has gears or belts. There's not even a comparison. The only thing that comes remotely close in terms of detail is a Fanatec Clubsport version 2 or version 2.5, which is also a brushless motor wheel. The Fanatec version 2 and version 2.5 have very little internal resistance, but they still don't come anywhere near the amount of detail and strength that comes from a Direct Drive wheel. It's I mean, I have mine turned down at, what's my setting? 43.59% I have on the driver for the wheel, and then in game I have it at 50%. So we're talking I'm running it somewhere around 30% probably, and it feels incredible. I mean, there's so much detail. The force is so direct, you feel every little bit of texture and any kind of rippling or anything in the road. Basically, any signal that gets sent from the game makes it to your hands. Nothing gets lost in a drivetrain or anything like that. And that's what I like about it. Let's try and stiffen that up a bit. See if that makes any difference. Let's bring that down to 5. This is a bit daring, but let's see what happens. Bring that at that. Got 1 minute. I don't know if I want to have this at 3 or 4. I guess I'm going to go with 4. Why not? I think I got about 30 seconds to drive. In USD, I got the Direct Drive system, basically everything except for the steering wheel rim, for $1,250 with shipping and everything, and it got here next day from Slovenia, I believe it is. I got it from Sim Racing Bay, and the awesome thing about buying from Sim Racing Bay is he makes these custom quick release adapters that allow, that's how I attach my Fanatec rims. I have that other video where I did the custom Universal Hub, and you know, that basically I can take any Fanatec rim or hub right out of the box, snap it onto my base with no modification with the stock quick release, and it'll connect mechanically and electrically, or I could connect it to my motor, I should say. So yeah, but if you want to build one yourself, you could come in under $1,000 if you source out the motor, the Simu Cube board, and the Ioni drive, and a power supply. You can build one for cheaper. I just kind of wanted one then at that time. I had recently gotten out of the hospital from a motorcycle accident, and I knew I was going to be sim racing a lot more, as it was helping with the recovery of my leg, like using the gas pedal and whatnot. So I wanted one quick, and in the physical state I was in, I couldn't really be bothered with trying to build or work on too much. It was hard enough for me just to, in that state, just to lift the motor and get it up onto the rig. But I'm definitely happy with it. I love it. Just so smooth and powerful and perfect. Alright, so this setting with these stiffer sway bars isn't so great. It is sliding everywhere. Should have known that would have happened. And got cars close ahead of me, and not too close behind me. At least I don't have any pressure in that sense. But I'd like to catch up with these guys here. Oof, yeah, it's not like in those stiff sway bars. It's swinging that front end right far outside. I see the comments there. I just can't read them quite yet, so once I'm out of this race I will. Yeah, this setup is a lot worse. I don't have nearly as much grip. Should have left it how it was. I always go and adjust things, trying to get a little bit more out of it when it was doing all right to begin with. I don't know where all the cars are behind me. They must have gotten caught up in some kind of contact back there. Alright. This is the corner it's been having trouble with. Almost lost it there. Not doing so hot this race. Almost lost it there too. Yeah, this car is way too slippery right now. No grip. Way too loose. I saw one of your comments over there. The shipping, I think, turned out to be, I think it was either €70 or 70 USD, and this is from Sim Racing Bay, from Tomo at Sim Racing Bay. For an all-in-one kit for basically for everything except the rim, I'm pretty sure he's the cheapest place to go, other than building it yourself. Plus, he's pretty much the only place that you can get that custom Fanatec quick release if you want to run Fanatec rims without having to do any modification. That'll at least allow you to attach the rim mechanically. Then you can worry about electronic connectivity later through a USB adapter or whatever, like I did. And all the prices there are in euros, so it comes out to less than that. I think it comes out to around €1,000 or something like that for like the 20 Newton meter MIG motor with the Simu Cube, electronics, and a custom acrylic case with the motor mount and all that stuff. Somewhere around either 1,000 or 1,100 euro, if I'm not mistaken. It's just because I was in USD, I had to convert it, which made it more because the euro was stronger by about 5 cents on the dollar. You would need $1.05 at that time to get €1. Actually, I think it was $1.06 to get €1 back then. I did quite terrible in this race. I mean, I guess fifth place isn't bad, but I didn't catch up with these guys like I should have. This setup was just not on my side. I'm getting used to the setup now, but I still don't like it. Yes, it might be cheaper for you. Basically, whatever the price is, you're going to be paying him in euros. At least that's how it used to be. So yeah, whatever the number is, it would be less for you because it would be you'd be paying in pounds. So it will be a considerably lower number, yes. Alright. That's the end of this race. But it is, it's an expensive purchase. If you want to buy the motor outright, I think to order the motor, if you go with the MIG motor, which is what I'm running, if you order the motor straight from China, with the cables and whatnot, I believe the motor will set you back about 360 USD. I think that's what it was going to cost me with shipping to ship it to America. That's, for the motor. And then the rest of the cost comes down to the electronics, the Simu Cube board, the Ioni drive. I suggest going with an Ioni Pro HC. That's what I am running on mine. And because that's the one that can handle the most current, in case you decide to go with the bigger MIG motor or go with the Kohler Morgan motor in the future. Oh, I know a lot of places in South America electronics are expensive, but I've heard that in Brazil as well. In Australia, things are so expensive in Australia. I don't know how sim racers are able to buy their equipment there, because it's sometimes like 2 and 3 times as much. It's insane. That's $670. Wow, that is insane. I don't understand that. Why? I mean, with the technology we have these days, it shouldn't be, hard for any company to ship pretty much anywhere. So I don't know why places like Australia and certain countries in South America have to pay so much. It's not fair. Yeah, if you look into Direct Drive, just feel free to hit me up if you have any questions or whatever. I mean, I pretty much know all there is to know about Direct Drive. I have my 20 Newton meter MIG setup, but I've used Argon OSWs with both Lenz and Kohler Morgan motors. I've used Simu Cube OSWs with Lenz, Kohler Morgan, and MIG motors. I've used the Leo Bodner version 1 and version 2, and I've used the AccuForce. So just about all the popular direct drive wheels out there I've had hands-on experience with. So if you have any questions or whatever, feel free to ask. My T500 served me well for a little bit, but then I ended up getting a CSW version 1, and I ended up doing the Bueller mod to it, which is when you put like 2 big Bueller motors and a bigger power supply. So I used that for a long time until I got the direct drive wheel, and that's what I use now. Cool. Sounds good. Yeah, definitely do, man. I'm glad to help. But that is the last race of the night. So I'm gonna have to let you guys go. Hope you enjoyed, and I will hopefully see you again here tomorrow. The pedals I use, right now I'm using Clubsport version 2s, just because I have them, and you know, they work pretty well. They're not bad. I also have CSR Elites that are inverted. I like to use those sometimes, but lately I've been using the Thrustmaster, or excuse me, the Clubsports. And then I also have a set of Logitech G27 pedals that I've done a bunch of modifications to that are kind of too hard to get into now, but those are taken apart right now. I might go back to those at some point once I get them set up the way I wanted. But again, thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you tomorrow. No problem at all. Thank you for watching.